So at this point in time, most rap artists are familiar with leaks and have had their music leaked in some way, somehow in the past. And while it's not ideal and it does put the artist in a tough position deciding whether they need to release a track or they just need to scrap it, every artist has had to face this decision before, and it's not an easy one to make. A lot of fans are on the side that if a song gets leaked, you might as well feed the fans and put it out. But a lot of fans are also on the side of leaked music wasn't intended to be listened to. So if a song gets leaked, it's really wasting an artist and a bunch of other people's hard work, and it should be scrapped. And in this video, I wanted to dive a little more into that and dive into what my perspective on the topic is. If you're new here, my name's Ron. I upload weekly videos on hip hop. And if you don't want to miss a single upload, please be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of summer. So if you want to help me out on that goal, I'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So leaks have been around for a long time and have gotten so popular to the point where people contribute to group buys, which is basically a bunch of people contributing a little bit of money to try to reach a lump sum goal to be able to buy a leaked record so that they can all have it. And most artists are very familiar with leaks. Artists like Lil Uzi, Juice WRLD, Playboi Carti, Travis Scott, and many others have faced their music being leaked numerous times throughout their career. And it's something that happens to just about every artist that has a little bit of buzz, as fans desperately want new music, and if it's been a while since they've gotten new music, they'll find a way to get that music by any means necessary. But is it really a bad thing though? I don't necessarily agree with the notion that if a record leaks, then you should immediately scrap it or just not drop it at all. I think that if a record leaks, while yes, it does sting and it puts a bad taste in the artist's mouth and maybe the producer and engineer's mouth, I think it should still be dropped, and I think that it should still be released. And we've seen numerous examples of when an artist releases a record after it leaked and it's still succeeded. I'm going to get into a couple reasons why I think artists should continue to drop a record regardless of whether it leaked or not. So for one, leaks build hype and they offer free promotion. A lot of artists aren't able to drop whenever they want, and they're not able to drop on a free whim. So by having leaks come out when you're in that period, in that year, 2-year period when you're not able to drop, it sort of keeps your name at the forefront of fans' minds, and it keeps your name circulating throughout the industry. And when a leaked record picks up and it starts to getting a lot of hype and a lot of fans are wanting it, it's just free promo for you. And it lets the label have an opportunity to drop a single and sort of test the waters and see how it does without really necessarily losing too much, because the record is already leaked and it's already out there. So you don't really lose much by releasing the record. The only way you really lose is the amount of time it takes you between the record leaking and the time it takes you to drop. The longer you have of a window in between that time period, the more money the label, the artist, the producer, the engineer are losing out on, as there's more time for that leak to spread and not as much time as for them to take advantage on the commercial success of the record. I also feel that leaks can really test fan reception, because as an unofficial focus group in a way, only your diehard fans are really tuning into the leaks. I mean, if you look at it, only like 1 to 3% of the people that will actually hear the song are the people tuning into the leaks. And the reason such a good way to test the waters for a song to see how it'll do commercially beyond just the scope of your diehard fans, because if the diehard fans are really liking it, then it shows that it might have some broader appeal there. Or maybe if the diehard fans don't like it, you might have stepped too out of the bag that you're usually in. But having that record leak could provide you a good little bit of a focus group to see how this record might perform. Also, with that, a lot of artists are going to feel that a lot more people have heard the leak than what actually have, because it's the diehard fans that are streaming this music the most. It's the 1 to 3% of fans that are really going out to listen to this leak, but they're also the most vocal online. They're the ones that are at the top of their Twitter replies. They're the ones that are at the top of the comments on Instagram, and they're the ones that are always trying to interact with that artist online. So they're going to see their comments the most, as opposed to the other people who haven't heard the leaks. So I feel like there's a little bit of not necessarily a bias there, but the artists tend to see the people who listen to the leaks more often than, just the casual fans who just enjoy listening to your music. And I also think that leaks just help keep an artist relevant. If you look at like the Migos situation when they were stuck in their contract situation and they were leaking their music through Murder Beats, it was helping keep their name alive as they were in, a multiple year struggle with their contract, trying to get things situated and trying to be able to drop music. But in that time period that they couldn't, they knew that they needed to make a move to continue to keep their name at the forefront and keep their name atop of fans' minds so that they can continue to make money once their label situation is handled. And I think that was a really smart play by the Migos, and it really helped them stay at the forefront of a lot of people's minds. I feel like this is something that's underrated that a lot of artists who get shelved don't take advantage of, especially now with how quick a label is to shelve artists. If you have, if your project doesn't do well or does less than expected, they're quick to sort of take the foot off the gas for the next project. So by having records leak, it's able to build you up a little bit more of a wave. It's able to get you back that momentum while you're not being able to drop music. And it's able to really test the waters to see how you will do when you do drop. And it gives the label, like I said, a little bit of a focus group without having to pour the money and the resources into promoting that song. And if they see that the reception is good, they can go ahead and drop the song and start taking advantage of the benefits of dropping that song and continue to spread it and put some money behind it. And I also feel like, especially, this is specifically to rap, I feel like fans really appreciate leaks because they feel raw, they feel authentic, and they don't feel, especially for like a big mainstream artist, let's say like a Lil Uzi or a Carti, nowadays if a record leaks, it's going to feel like some more underground Uzi, some more underground Carti, even though it could be a commercial song, it could be a very like pop-oriented song, but the fact that it's still in the development stage, it's not fully finished, it might sound a little bit more raw, just makes it sound a little more authentic to the fans and makes them appreciate the record more. I also feel like there's a little bit of a drawback because fans get attached to how that record sounds that way, and then whenever it officially drops, if it sounds a little bit different, if the production might have been changed, if things weren't cleared and they had to change things up, and the song sounds different, they're going to be like, man, what is this? This isn't what I've been listening to for the past 6 months, So it's sort of a double-edged sword, but at the end of the day, you're listening to the artist's vision. So even if it does sound different, you got to listen to a piece of the process before it was officially done, which I also think is a cool way to connect with the fans a little bit more, at least the diehard fans. And we've seen examples of leaks succeed in the past. I mean, you look at Lil Mosey's Blueberry Faygo, that song leaked months before it came out, and it ended up charting at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. It became Lil Mosey's biggest hit. And it really didn't affect his career negatively in any way. It didn't affect the performance of the song. You look at Stay by Justin Bieber and the Kid Laroi. That leaked in July of 2021. And it became a, number 2, number 3 hit on the Billboard Top 100. And there's just numerous examples. There's examples everywhere of songs that have leaked and that have later on become more successful than the artist even anticipated. Because it's usually the records that the artists don't think of. Like, I've seen numerous times where artists are like, nah, it's a regular record, whatever, and then it goes crazy. Look at EXO Tour Life. That was a throwaway record on SoundCloud, and it became a huge, monstrous hit for Uzi. So, a lot of times, an artist might even not care about a leak because they think, oh, whatever, that record's not going to go crazy. And then, had they actually dropped it, it might have been the craziest record they ever had in terms of commercial performance. But that's what I think. I think artists need to embrace leaks more. I think they need to drop leaks more. And I know it's like a sort of hurt to your creative process, but at the same time, it's like, this is done. They already got it. Might as well put it out and make some money off of it. But at least that's how I think as a listener. I'm not sure how it works from the artist's standpoint, how it works from the label standpoint, but that would be something cool to see, cool to learn about. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think about leaks? Do you guys listen to leaks? Do you guys actively seek out leaks? What do you guys think about artists dropping leaks, or do you guys think that they should just scrap them all entirely? Definitely drop a comment below. I'd love to start a discussion with you guys and hear what you guys have to say. If you are new here, thank you for watching all the way through. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you did enjoy it. It really helps me out a ton. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.